Hey guys, so you guys are back. I'm pretty sure we just saw each other. I'm totally cool with that. Wanna know why? Because this is gonna be real short. I mean, at the end of the day, like you have to talk about the things that matter to you. So again, you know my story. If you don't, it'll be in the comment section of this live. Okay. So make sure that you're looking at the comments, make sure you're looking at the descriptions. But the one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is my why. Now, my why is not as long as my story, right? My why is very simple. And if you notice the things that grind my gears, the things that make me upset, the reason why I even get on here to make an opinion about anything is because I hate elitism and making people feel bad for not knowing things, not being very connected or knowing who to call, right? Or not having high marks. I don't sugarcoat stuff, but I do deliver it with love. Okay. Elitism, okay, in my profession is the reason why people don't trust lawyers. It's the reason why people don't talk to me all the time because they think, right, that I'm going to be uppity. And when I go to a club or I go to a restaurant or I go out in public, they're like, whoa, you're not like a lawyer. Because most people think of us as elitists, right? They think of us as people who look down on others. And I can tell you from personal experience, my clients teach me stuff every day. I learn how to be a better person because of them, and making people feel bad because they don't know stuff or they don't know how to understand something because maybe you haven't explained it, right? It's not a good thing. But if you ever see my content, you're hearing me say, like, I don't like this. I don't like it. I reject it. I put elitism and I stomp on it. Okay. Anybody who made you feel guilty because you didn't pass the bar, you weren't in the top 50% of your class, you didn't get into the Harvards and the Yales of the world, you didn't have all of the law schools chasing after you, bump them, forget them. I don't care. Anybody who makes you feel like your shape is a problem, like you should feel ashamed of being plus size and happy, look, tell them, you know what, get out. Because I can't take it. I don't allow it in my life. And I have to leave spaces that don't allow me to be myself fully. The reason why I decided to take that position is because I didn't get very many chances when I ended law school. I failed the bar. And I had people telling me, oh, we can't take a chance on you because you might fail it again. I had people telling me that they wouldn't even write me recommendation letters because they saw that I wasn't on the journal or top 50% of my class. But I also had law journal published articles, and I also had publications before law school. I finished law school and published multiple books after, and people still, right, talked down to me. I shared my first ever book in a law group with classmates of mine, and they said things like, we don't need this book because we're not in law school. And it's like, wow, you never thought about the people coming behind you. You never saw how valuable it was. I was on television talking about this book. I was on Fox talking about this book, Fox 6, despite their thing, they have Good Morning Alabama. I was on Good Morning Alabama talking about this book. And I was on radio stations talking about this book. I was getting interviewed about the big thing that I didn't have when I was in law school, which was an intimate survival guide about how to get through law school for the female minority law student. There was nothing out there for me. There was nothing out there telling me that you could still do it, that you were going to meet these people, that the emotions that you feel in law school were normal. There was nothing out there telling me that it was okay not to be okay. Okay. There's a little plug for the movie. I really should watch that movie on Netflix or series. It's really good. My mom and I are now obsessed. But I'm telling you, nobody was telling me these things in law school, especially someone like me. When I would cry in offices, they would just give me therapy cards to a white man who didn't know or talk to me and was barely in the room or in the meetings or even in the building. And that was really hurtful, right? Because there were a lot of people who didn't know how to deal with human beings. It was a lot of people who didn't know how to love on and give us the affection and the love that we deserved. And so I decided that it doesn't matter if nobody else gives this stuff to me, I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to deliver the energy and the environment that I want for myself to other people. And I'm going to provide that space. And when people had struggles in law school, even people who didn't look like me, they didn't call their classmates that were upper echelon, always doing great. They called me. They called me because they felt safe telling me that they were feeling bad about not getting a good grade, about getting all A's and then one C plus. They felt very comfortable telling me about those things. And I realized that that is because this place, law in general, makes you feel like you have to be elitist to be successful. I'm telling you here right now, firsthand, you don't have to be elitist. You also don't have to be one race. You can be a beautiful mess and still figure out how to get to the best level in your life. You want to know how I know? Because I was a beautiful mess trying to get out of here after I passed the bar. I didn't have no opportunity still. I had people offering to pay me $5 an hour for 6 months, and I had to work 60 hours, and I was going to have to give up my weekends, and they were only going to take care of like $1,200 off my student loans. I was like, I got $150,000 in student loans. That's not going to help me, right? I had people that were offering me jobs and saying that they were flexible when my dad was sick and they would be able to help me out, and they did not help me out, okay? They were not understanding. They were not going to make it good for me or easy for me. I had many people, right, trying to figure out how to make me move to that city, even though I was offering to commute, right? I was offering to commute because I wanted to be there for my father. And I was right, right? I was right. I wanted to be there for my father as long as I could because I didn't know how long he had left. And I was right. He didn't have very long left. And I was right to demand those things for myself. And I was right to be able to say, I want to work from home. And I told people that today. I was blue in the face and they laughed me out of their offices. And what are we doing right now? We're working from home. What are we doing right now? We're working from home. I'm going to say this again. What are we doing right now? We're working from home. But people, right, they get stuck in their ways, right? They don't open their minds. They don't open the opportunity, right? For people like me, younger people, to tell you, like, there are standards in the workplace that are not actually acceptable. They don't actually allow for workplace balance. They don't allow for workplace happiness. And overall, they lead to high turnover in your workplace environment. But we don't get to have those conversations, right? Because elitism tells us to just go through the fire, right? I had to run through the fire, so you need to run through the fire too. That's what we've been taught, right? I want you to unlearn that. I want you to have standards. I want you to have excellence for your life. I want you to understand that there is nobody out there that's going to believe in you more than you, right? And if you have standards for your life, you have standards for the people that you talk to that offer you jobs, and you say no, okay? I had someone a long time ago tell me something, and I have been doing it ever since. It was a man from my Harvard Business School program where I was there for just a week, y'all. I did a summer program with them for a week. I graduated, I got a little certificate and everything, and I have a bunch of Harvard alumni that I can be like, hey, I need your help. But what I can tell you is I did their Harvard Business Summer Venture and Management program that you can do between your junior and senior year of college. Okay, it's completely free, and they'll pay for everything. You apply, you make sure you have an internship in the summer, and you can stay on Harvard's campus, meet people in that industry, but you actually do legitimate case studies for a week. And what I heard from the man who convinced me to even apply is that when he was 30 years old, he moved back in with his parents to take care of his student loans and not accrue more debt. And I was like, that's odd. No one's telling me to do that. They're all telling me to find my own things and figure it out. So when it came, right, that I failed the bar, didn't have a job prospect, I didn't have an option, right? I had to move back home. I had to figure out how to pass the bar. And so ever since then, that's what I've been doing. And because I had a family structure, right, that could let me stay at home, I had the opportunity to grow my business. I had the opportunity to try to figure out how to take on. And I have taken on more bills, right, than I have ever had to take care of before I finished law school. I finished law school and I took on responsibility. I took on more and more bills. And that is the crazy part. Yes, many people were kicking and screaming till they couldn't fight anymore. They just couldn't take you. You can work from home. They were literally kicking and screaming out of the door until they were forced, right, to make us and let us work from home and realize that we were actually more productive. We were actually more successful. The high turnover rate, the high volume of energy and information and clients I got in 2020, because everybody finally had time to sit down and really think about what they wanted to do with their lives, out of this world. And so I'm telling you, this elite culture where the only way, the only right way is if you have more age than me, more experience than me, that's dead. That's dead to me. Okay. I respect my elders. I really do. But I think we all learn from one another. I think that it's collaborative learning. I think that everyone has valuable insights and input to put it on the table. And I think there's value that can be added just by listening to every voice in the room and not just the oldest voice or the most experienced voice in the room. So I'm telling you this because there are people out there that are probably trying to make you feel like you don't know everything or you're too young. Or do you hate that phrase where people say stuff like, oh, you probably don't know nothing about that, or what you know about that music, or what you know. Like, look, don't let nobody gut check you ever again. Tell them this from me, okay? Don't make me feel bad, right? Because I'm younger than you, because I have access to the internet just like you do, and I can find the old school melodies, the old school everything, just like everybody else. I have access to information more so than you might have had in the past, and I'm able to learn. I'm able to dig into learning. And so you have access to more information than most people had access to back then. So because we are in the advent of the internet, there are more information things that people are learning. Now, I will tell you that people younger than me don't know how to search the internet all the time when we're younger. But as you get older, you learn, right, how to just take in knowledge. So don't let people make you feel bad because they don't respect, right, what you bring to the table. And don't let people put you in boxes. Don't let people tell you that you only fit here, right, when you have desires to be elsewhere. I have told people no for job opportunities that they've given me because I didn't want to work in that job opportunity. I wanted a specific thing for my life. I see a specific trajectory for me. And if it's not something I want, I'm not going to take it. If it's not something that's going to help me get there, I'm not going to take it. And I'm not going to let anybody put me into a box. And neither should you. And that's why I say I hate elitism. I hate when people make you feel bad because you don't know stuff. And I love, right, safe spaces. So that is my whole vibe. That's everything that I put out. So if you ever see me making content, that's what you're going to see me making content about something that doesn't make sense because it's a process that somebody could have easily explained, or it's something that's about creating a safe space because we need environments, right, where we listen to one another, where we collaborate, where I'm not the only expert in the room and nobody else can ever replace me. We are all replaceable. We are all replaceable. I'm not saying that you're not valuable. We are all replaceable. So don't ever get to a point where you can't learn anymore because you're going to miss so many different people that are actually able to give you valuable insights and help your company grow to the next level. And also, don't underpay your people. I mean, I'm working on it, Shayna. I love you. Like, I'm working on it. But, like, don't underpay your people. When you start making the money you need to make, the people who've been with you, start paying them what they deserve to be paid. Okay, there are people that were with you in your company when you were small. Those same people should be moving up instead of being in a company for 20 years and getting paid the same amount every year, right? There should be a way for them to make opportunities for themselves to get more money because things start costing more as years progress. And the value and the insights they have this year aren't going to be the same as next year. You want to retain your people, you want to keep the great resignation from continuing to happen, you're going to have to start valuing them a lot more, and you're going to have to start treating them a lot better and understanding that work-life balance and COVID taught you that you probably should have been doing remote work a long time ago. And it probably shouldn't have only been phased in because of a pandemic. So I'm telling you that because I love you. I'm telling you that because it's okay to change. And I'm telling you that because there are people who want to work for your company and they might not be in your state. And if you gave a remote opportunity, you might see the things that you've been wanting to accomplish for years, for centuries, right? Are things that you could accomplish now because you've opened the doors for things that were not even possible. You know how I know that? Because the person helping me right now is not in my state. Okay. She is in Florida. We coordinate schedules, we make things work, and we set times and we make it happen. So I'm telling you this because I love you guys. Stop being uppity. Okay. Just talk to people on their level. Stop making people feel bad because they don't know stuff. And yes, Mitch, do what it takes to keep good people because I was a good job candidate and I didn't deserve to be treated the way I was when I was applying for job. I was a great job candidate. I was great and I would have done so well at somebody's big box company, but I didn't get the chance. So I made my own chance. So I'm telling you, stop losing out on people, because you're losing out on great talent because your company's not making safe spaces. And if you don't know how to do that, let's talk about it. Okay, we can talk about it, we can make it happen. But don't make this a reality that you just keep making excuses for. Oh, they just don't want to work hard enough. I work so hard. I forget to eat. I haven't eaten today. Okay. But I'm still out here trying to deliver quality content because I understand that somebody out here needs my message. And I don't know who it is. Okay. I'm not proud of not eating, guys. I really going to get better. I have a weight management appointment tomorrow to talk about my eating habits because I'm not proud of those. But I can tell you something honestly. If you would start treating people right, if you would stop being this old way of life living, old way of doing things, and start listening to the people who come in, then you would have a lot more success in your business. You have a lot more success in your big major companies, and people would actually want to work for you and not be trying to find their exit strategy. Because I really think that businesses and companies I work for are investors in the business I want to create. And I haven't left them, right? Because I enjoy working for them. I work for more than just me. I work for other companies. I have contracts with companies where I teach, right? Different topics. You can create those opportunities for anybody if you wanted to, but you're not looking. People are looking, right? People are looking for jobs every day. But what are you creating that people actually want, that can actually take advantage of? So I say all that to say, stop being elitist, okay? Stop being uppity. Stop thinking there's only one right way, and start listening to the people that come in under you, because younger people are also smarter than you sometimes, okay? We learned that in Emily in Paris. I'm just saying, that girl was a beast at social media. She was crazy. I don't know how she did it, but I love Emily in Paris, so that's all I'm going to say. We learned that there, okay? So if you need a real life example, go look at Emily in Paris anytime. She was a beast, okay? I'm not even as creative as her content creation was, okay? I know it was a show, I know it was staged, but again, creativity comes in all ages, sizes, shapes, and experiences. So please do not make people feel bad because they don't know things. Instead, teach them. Teach them. Stop trying to make them learn by fire. Teach them. Be available. Be a mentor. Understand the value of mentorship. Understand that it doesn't always have to be hard. Understand that people who are younger than you or people who have not done something before, they are wanting to learn. If you make it easy, they will come. Build it and they will come, as my mentor, Dana Thomas, says. She's a great trademark lawyer in Atlanta. Definitely call her if you need a trademark in Atlanta. But I'm telling you guys, like, build it. They will come, but build something that people want to come to. And if you don't want to come to your job every day, why would anybody else? So I love you guys. I hope that you guys continue to build better safe spaces for the people that you have working for you. But don't be uppity, because I'm going to call you out. Not directly, but I'm going to call out the practice of it, because no one should feel bad for taking a sick day because they don't feel okay or because they lost a loved one. And even if they need more time, you make more time. Stop putting people into, like, you have to be able to do this right away type things. So I say all that to say, guys, it's okay. It's going to be all right. People are going to work for you when you start listening to the people who work for you. That's all I got. Bye, guys.